3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Buddy Spirits and Cigars. And got a special guest today, Mr. Steve. How are you, sir?
Good. How's everybody doing?
Good. So out of the blue one day, he calls and he's like, man, there's a bottle. I just paid, I'm not going to say what he paid for it, but he paid some money for it. He said, what did I just buy? And so at this point in time, I had no clue that this was out. I don't follow OGD real close, but I do like them. I mean, they're pretty solid pour. But anyway, so he said, what did I just buy? I have no clue. So we get to looking, and then just like a light bulb goes off, and he said, there's a big 16 right here on the label.
Yeah, big red numbers right there on the front of the label.
So ends up that he scored some OGD 16 year. So we're going to crack it and try it and see what it's all about. While he's doing that, smash the like button for us, guys. All of the engagement that goes with the video helps these get seen by other people. And so that in order for us to grow the channel and get bigger channel, the likes, comments, all that kind of stuff is very important. So if you would take the time to smash that like button for us, that would help us out a lot.
Smash it.
So I know we haven't been filming or sending out a lot of content or anything. Life has been extremely busy. It's just so we had to kind of put family first and do some things, and it just kind of is what it is. It's one of those deals that something has to go on the back burner, and it's not that we wanted to leave the community high and dry, but we just we had some family priorities and to handle. Dawson's married now and doing the newlywed thing, and it's now hunting season and everything. So I mean, Creek decided to come over and help us out and fill in, and he's pretty excited about doing some of these things, and we got some new stuff to try. I mean, it's
super excited.
So anyway, we're going to get into it.
Well, I tell you right off the bat, man. Obviously, when something's 16 years old, this is the color not
That's dark.
fantastic?
And is this bottled in bond, or it's just 100 proof?
I think it's just 100 proof.
Okay.
It doesn't say. I don't believe it says bottled and bond anywhere on it.
So bottled and bond requires them to be at least 4 years old, but there can be older than 4 years old bottled and bond stuff. Obviously,
But I really thought about that.
But it is 100 proof, and it's dark, but the nose is freaking awesome.
The nose is fantastic. It is not. Obviously for 100 proof, you're not going to get smacked in the face, but it is just.
There's a lot going on there, though. You can smell some sweetness to it. It seems like it's pretty complex just off of the nose.
And I don't know. It's just. I feel like getting maybe a little cherry or that red fruit on the nose there. It's just very. It's nice.
It is, and we might have found your next cologne.
Maybe so.
Well, let's do what we came here to do.
I'm ready, brother.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Oh, wow.
It's got a good spice to it.
Oh, my goodness.
It kind of hits you right there in the middle to the back side of the palate. Nothing really up front as far as spice is concerned.
Yeah, up front, it just seems very smooth, sweet. It's good to go. And then from the mid back, I hate to say this, it's almost like the same description as the barrel pick you guys just did with the Axe and the Oak, but it's just from the mid back, it's everything I want it to be. And I mean this in every way positive. It doesn't drink 100 proof. I guess what I mean by that is it really brings the flavor, and it really lets you know it's there, and it's not just some watered down.
Yeah, it doesn't have a diluted taste to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, this is a mid palate banger. It really just to me, if that's the most concentration is right there on the mid palate.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's
I can't agree
heavy.
with you more. It's wow.
That's solid. You know, part of doing the rating though, we add price in there. Unless it's a single barrel, we don't necessarily consider a price on those unless it's astronomical.
Yeah.
A single barrel is a single barrel. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a store pick, obviously they're going to be higher. That's just kind of how it works out for them. So,
And I know what I'm doing is super rude right now. I apologize, but I can get the price if that is something we want to consider.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have to consider that. So, man, color, that is solid on the color. I mean, just nice and dark.
So we'll do
I'm trying to pick out what that fruity sweetness is that's on the nose. I mean, there's almost a perfumey type of smell, not in a negative way, like somebody's wearing way too much perfume kind of deal, but it's not like, I mean, if I seen something this dark, not knowing the proof, I would expect that's going to slap me in the face and just going to have quite a bit of ethanol on it because it's just the color. I mean, it's nice and dark. And you would think, oh, that's probably a barrel proof of some sort because it doesn't look diluted down. It's nice and dark.
And 16 years in that barrel, it's had so much time to just pull and get that color and that age. And luckily, I think this is very, very good. And I really think that this is going to be pretty available to people, right? I mean, wouldn't you think so at 100 proof? It's not like a barrel proof, right?
Other than it being 16 years old would be the.
Yeah.
It's got some good legs on there. It's pretty viscous, really. It's really hugging the glass quite a bit. I'm telling you, it just coats the mid palate just big time. It's huge, and it's not watered down. It's complex. It's there's something to chew on.
Yes.
It doesn't just disappear and go away right off the bat.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Mid palate, a little bit, in the back. It definitely lingers too. It doesn't go away. Gives you something to think about there for a little while until you're ready for your next sip. And it's no secret, we like proof. Proof is flavor, in my opinion. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but proof is flavor. And this, like I said, I mean it in every good way possible. I don't mean it hits you in the face. I don't mean it's unbearable. Look, this is our first drink of the day.
No, yeah, fresh palate.
Absolutely, fresh palate, and this drinks like a higher proof in a way of complexity, in a way of flavor, in a way of you're drinking something. This is far beyond a warm up pour, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think the spice part of it is it kind of reminds me going down. Let's take Wild Turkey 101 for instance.
Okay,
it has a like a cinnamon spice to it.
Yes.
This is more mild than that particular, like to me, Wild Turkey 101 is a more forward cinnamon spice. This would be more of it's a lot milder, but it has a little bit of that cinnamon spice there. Nothing that's over prominent that really just is like, yeah, this is from Turkey or something, you know what I mean? But it does have a little bit of that too, as far as the type of spice, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I can see that. I agree with that. I think, I'll tell you what, you saying Wild Turkey. I'm a Wild Turkey guy.
Yeah.
I like Wild Turkey. I love 101. That's my go-to pour.
Yeah.
I also love Eagle Rare. I don't know who doesn't. And what's funny is when I said that fruit, that red cherry, that red fruit on the nose and everything, I just remembered it. It's very reminiscent of nosing an Eagle Rare pour, in my opinion. But the taste, like you said, it's like a dulled down Wild Turkey, but much more complex. Please don't think that I'm saying we feel like we're drinking Wild Turkey 101.
Oh, no, not at all.
It's that spice for sure.
Just trying to give a ballpark area of the type of spice that this has right on the mid palate.
It's like a dulled down Wild Turkey spice, which is a good thing.
And most everybody knows Wild Turkey 101. I mean, it's It's
really good call there.
most every bourbon person. If you have a collection, you've got a bottle of 101.
You have to.
I mean, I've got a couple over there. I mean, it is what it is. So, all right, let's start rating this. Just remember, we go
We need some help on the rating.
0 through 5. So, overall rating. So we're going to factor in the color, the nose, the taste, and the price.
Okay.
Availability, we just don't know. I would guess this being 16 years old, it's probably not going to be readily available sitting on the shelf.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I haven't researched into this. I don't know if you have or not, but I mean, a lot of places don't just have tons and tons of 16-year-old barrels just sitting around. I mean, they need to get product out prior to that and make money. I mean, that's what everybody's in it for. So,
look, to me, I think you're right. It's 16 years old. It's not going to be on the shelves. This is going to be probably, if I had to guess, a very allocated product, similar to, Russell's releasing their 15-year or any other 15, 12, 13, 14, 15-year bourbon. This is a 16-year bourbon. This is old granddad's, what I'm assuming is going to be their claim to fame, without the proof. But I wish it was that 114. I dire,
16-year at 114 proof.
God. Yeah. And I thought it was the whole time. In fact, you and I just learned together it's 100 proof before we started the show. But so I can give you a bit of an update on the price.
Yeah.
Just a quick Google search. I was unable to find exactly what I paid for it. I remember it was in the ballpark. Dun dun dun. Of $200.
Okay.
It's a little high.
Yeah.
But for someone that wants to get a 16-year-old bourbon from a pretty reputable, everybody loves the old Granddad 114. Prices are going up on it. It's becoming popular. I saw it as low as 150 on the internet, and I saw it as high as the second and tertiary market is $499.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous.
So we'll say, 150, 200, 175, somewhere in that ballpark, between 150, 200 bucks. If you paid $200 for it, that's what we'll say.
Okay.
So,
paid a couple $100.
Let that affect your rating.
Okay.
So, you want to go first, or you want me to?
Why don't you show me the way? Why don't you show me how it's done, and then I'll.
Well, so color, man, the color is phenomenal. It really is. It's beautiful, dark amber. I mean, it's super dark. It's a great pour. It really is. I like OGD. I'm not a hater at all. 114 is a very solid pour. Just like Wild Turkey 101, I think you should have some OGD bonded and 114 in your collection as well. They're readily available. You can find them. This, for me, what's going to kill this is price. Paying $200 for something that's 100 proof, while this does have, it really surprised me on the complexity. That knocks it down for me. And then probably not just that, but availability. I really don't know the answer, so I got to go right in the middle on that. But I would guess that a 16-year-old, they're just not going to have it sitting on the shelf everywhere. But Steve, as you said, the market has been going up. I mean, it's up considerably from the pandemic that happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
So pre that, things were going pretty good. After that happened, and then everybody started buying stuff up and selling at secondary market. It's just been nuts ever since then. So I'm going to give this. I'm going to give it a 4. I think it's a very solid pour, but the availability, I would guess, is probably not going to be great, and the price just absolutely kills it for me. 4 is pretty solid, in my opinion.
Really good score, especially from you.
Well, and it's just it's a good pour. I enjoy it.
So I'm glad you said that, because I was nervous given my score. I didn't want to go first. As far as color, like you said, I think we've beat that horse to death. The color's amazing. It's what you would expect to see from a 16-year-old bourbon. Taste, palate, everything we've said. It's delicious. It's a beautiful pour. I love this. This is not going to be a warm-up pour by any means. This is going to be something that I will sit down and enjoy in the future, and probably enjoy it fairly slowly, as you talked about availability. And yeah, same thing for me on the price. I can't. It's got to be something I really, really want. I love Old Granddad 114. It's one of my go-tos. I love that pour, just like I love 101 Wild Turkey. But there's a lot of other things I could spend $200 on, and I've got to really want that bottle. So out of 5 points, right? Mm-hmm. Out of 5 points, definitely a 4 for me. It's exactly where I was going. If it was like a scale out of 10, I'd be at like an 8. Only because of price and the availability, which, we don't really know yet how available it's going to be, but I'm with you 100%. A 16-year bourbon, no shot that thing's going to be sitting on the shelves next to the 114. So, yeah, 4 out of 5 for me. Absolutely delicious pour. And if you got a couple $100 laying around and you can go get one of these, strongly recommend you do that.
Well, and another thing, before we go, this at 114 proof in 16 years, it's going to be much easier to pay that 200.
Yeah.
With something, or a barrel strength, I don't know what this juice would come out at as far as barrel strength goes, but, or a cask strength, whatever you want to call it, same difference. Now, if we did it at that and it was 16 years old, I could more so see it being $200 than at 100 proof. So, that's where I'm at with it. It's where he's at with it. We appreciate you tuning into this episode. We got more stuff coming. I promise you. We're going to work hard today and get some other things filmed, and we'll be putting this stuff out in the future. So stay tuned, and don't forget the like button, and invite your friends to like the channel. We want to try to grow this thing and have a more active community. So with that being said, we'll catch you on the next one.